So when I go to teach a horse to stand quiet, I want to make sure I'm managing my lead rope. When I trade sides, I always go under the chin in front of the knot. I'll come up by the eye. I'll wipe down their neck, and I'll go to their body. And I want them to feel that lead rope kind of go all around the body there a little bit. Then I'll trade sides, go in front of the knot, under the chin, go up by the eye, wipe down the neck, and then go to the body. And right here, she starts to get her face out of position. I can get my hand here and say, hey, don't get your face over here. And I'll walk straight down the barrel of the horse like so. Right here, she starts to move. I only pet and stroke her if she's standing still. I try to let her have as much rope as she can to leave. If she wants to, then I'll correct her for leaving. So at the point of the triangle or a little bit beyond before I go to communicate to the back. And everything comes in a rhythmic sequence of 4, from mild to harsh. Now, remember the way a horse communicates, they'll roll their eye, pin their ear, bunch of muscle, bite, strike, or kick, right? So I'm going to do the same thing right here. I'm going to teach this little pony how to move her hip away right now. I always make sure my swinger is waist high, so I'm ready for it. I step out to the point of the triangle. I want her to feel that my eyes have gone to her hip. I don't bend over and swing hard. I just take a look at the hip. I show her this rope. I'll twirl this rope, then there we go. Just give her a little rat-a-tat-tat right there on the hip. So now she knows that sequence. Anytime a horse wants to run past me, they're going to get a little spank on the hip. Okay? Now, what this will do is cause us to start thinking about trying to manage our horse through the body and not on the face. I'll just pet her here when she stands still. Wait for her. I'll stay calm and quiet. And when she gives me a little standstill here, if she does, I'll just stay with her. I'm committed to this. There. I'll just pet her, walk away from her. I'll go to the point of the triangle, put myself in position, posture, position, and timing. When my eyes go to her hip, when I show her right there, even if that was accidental, I just threw myself to neutral, came back in here, and I'll pet her now. Sure I'm in position, come out to the point of the triangle or a little bit beyond. When my eyes go towards the hip, if it moves, I just throw myself to neutral. If my eyes go towards the hip and she moves, I throw myself to neutral, come back in here. My only change is I'm just putting my eyes to her hip, just eyes to the hip. I'm not coming down like this and doing a bunch of gyration, okay? Mm-hmm. And a lot of people will do this when they want to go lunge their horse left. They'll put their arm way out like this, and they'll start walking around like this, and they wonder why their horse does what I call the helicopter like that. See, the horse wants to kind of keep looking in here, and they can't figure that out. They'll say, hey, little girl, when I point to my left and I show you this rope and I twirl this rope, when I step forward, I'll stay committed there. And go to my left, there. What I'm going to try to, I'll just let her kind of pull me around here a little bit. And I go to my left. And I'm just going to try to herd her forward from behind. There we go. I'll turn my feet, go the same direction her feet go to my left. Go to my left. Try to fall in behind. Try to behind. Just kind of herd her forward from behind. Point. Pressure up a little bit. She'll just get quieter and quieter about responding to it. There. I don't pull on her face. I'll just encourage her to move forward. And I'm going to try to fall back here and just herd her forward from behind. Okay? And once I get her moving here a little bit, there we go. Then I'll just remind her, hey, when I look at your hip, you should probably move your hip around there and look at me. Good. Go to my left, or I'll show you the rope. And her just even thinking about drifting left, see, is enough for me to reward. When my eyes go to your hip, very good. I don't go like this when I ask that hip to go. If anything, I walk towards the hip with a little bit of assertive posturing there. There. And right here, if she gets kind of crooked, I'll just ask that hip to come back around. There you go. When she looks at me, I get myself all neutral. Say, that's all I want from you. So now we'll just ask her to go to my right. She'll probably be thinking about going left because that's what we just kind of worked on. So I'll just say, hey girl, go to my right, or I'll show you the rope. And I'll walk straight in here, thinking, man, I got relief last time because I went left. There. There. When she just kind of thought right. Go to my right. There. That's all I ask of her. Give me that quiet little step. Go to my right, or I'll tap on the shoulder. There you go. And that's enough for me. Go to my right. So I'll show you the rope. I'll tap you on the shoulder till you go. There you go. And as she leaves, come on. On the shoulder. There you go. Now ask for the hip. Send your hip away. Yeah, just look at me. I pull on her face. I should hear a neutral posture now. I let her have all the lead rope she wants out front. Walk in and out. Walk down her barrel. Put myself in position. Ask for the hip with my eyes. Very good. Go to my left. Go to my left. Very good. And send your hip. Very good. Very good. Let her think on that for a second. Go to my left. Very good. Very good. And move your hip. Very good. So the mistake we make is we wanted to do the great big circle around us. This is about the first time she's done a full circle around me right there. Now I don't care if she stops. I'll just re-engage her here and remind her what I'm asking for is forward motion around me. Good. But now just go ahead and send your hip away. So I don't care in the beginning if she just gives me a couple steps, moves her hip, give me a couple steps, move your hip. Go to my right. Very good. See that to me? I watch their feet. She's thinking, go to my right. I'll quit right there. Go to there. Right here, she's thinking about doing part of a circle here. I'll just re-engage her. Come back out this way. Pressure to the outside. There you go. Come on around. Very good. Let's go ahead and ask for the hip right there with my eyes. And if she fails, I can escalate the cue if she fails. Get behind that angular line, just herd her forward. Then just go ahead and ask for the hip with your eyes right there. And I never had to even kind of escalate myself. She caught on to my posture and my position. Okay, so we've taught the little pony kind of how to move her hip. Remember, we're only looking for about 1/4% of improvement each day out of our horse. So now she's standing pretty quiet, waiting for us to come in here and pet on her. We're going to teach the little pony how to back up here. And remember, everything I ever want to teach my horse, I want her to see the tiniest cue I can give her. So right here, I want her to back up just when I wave my fingers bye-bye. Bye-bye, little pony. And if that fails, I'll just tap on my rope like this. And then I'm just going to wiggle my rope that much. And then phase 4, I'm going to give her a sharp strike under the chin. So I'll wave, I'll tap, I'll wiggle my rope, and then she gets one of these little wake-up calls right there. And okay? Hey, when I wiggle my fingers and tap on my rope and I wiggle my rope, if you fail to back up, I'm going to give you a little pop under the chin. If you get crooked, I'm going to go after your hip again, so you might as well keep yourself straight. So I'll wiggle my... Right there, if that was accidental, I rewarded it. Let her think for a second. When I wiggle my fingers and tap on my rope and I wiggle my rope, just that much failure gets you a pop under the chin every time. She stayed straight that time too, didn't she? Let her think for just a second. I'll wiggle my fingers and tap on my rope, and I'll wiggle my rope. Failure, I'll just give her a pop under the chin there. Let her kind of think on that. Good. I'll wiggle my fingers and tap on my rope, and I'll wiggle my rope just that much. And right there, when she thought about moving, I quit. I'll wiggle my fingers and tap on my rope, and I'll wiggle my rope just that much. And right there, I quit because I saw her think about engaging muscles. I'll wait. I'll wiggle my fingers, tap on my rope, and I'll wiggle my rope. Failure, get you a pop under the chin. So to me, the last thing I want to do is be one of these guys that shakes their rope up under their horse's chin like that. I don't like to see that happen. But I know how to follow through, give her phase 4. Wiggle, tap, there you go. And wiggle, good. Wait for me. Wait for me. So now I'll just kind of remind her when I wiggle my fingers, that's right. I just kind of let her think. When I wiggle my fingers, that's right. And I'm just real proud of her. We really don't have to do anything more with her today, but we'll just go back and just do a quick little review with her. Say, hey, when I come in and keep you quiet, will you stand still and let me rub you? moving around. Good. Will you move your hip with my eye? Thank you. Will you move this hip with my eyes? Thank you. Good. Will you go to my left when I ask you to? Just keep going. All right. Thank you. Can you move this hip when I ask you to? Can you go to my right when I ask you to? Thank you. See, even that little drift to me is the beginning of what I'm looking for in my horse. Right there. Just drift off. Can you move this hip when I ask you to? Can you back yourself up when I ask you to? And I just tell her how smart she is, and we'll just put her away for the day. Let her soak on it.